Welcome to Flash Tutorial Request 69. Draw a scene using ActionScript 3. I'm going to use the techniques that I showed you in a tutorial called Flash Tutorial Request 68. Easily drawn shapes using ActionScript 3. If you need any further explanation on how this code works, I suggest you go back and look at that tutorial. We're going to start off with a new FLA. Naturally, ActionScript 3. My background color here, I'm going to pick something that might look like the sky. That's a bit dark. That one there is going to be my sky. Okay. We're going to call this layer ActionScript AS. Select frame 1, open the actions panel, and type this code. I have 2 forward slashes and the word field. This is the code to make an ellipse. And again, I say you can go to that Flash Tutorial Request 68 to get an explanation on this. What this is going to do is put a big large ellipse at the bottom of my stage. So let's test this out. And there it is. Now, when you make it bigger, you see all this extra stuff. You're not going to see that when you publish this. You're going to see something closer to this. Okay? Because it only shows you what's actually on the stage. And my stage ends about here and here. The next thing I want to put in is a sun. So click up here at the very beginning, put a couple enters, use my arrow keys and tab it up, and type. And this is the code for the circle, and I want that to be / the sun, S-U-N. So again, the explanation of these is in that previous video. So let's just test this movie, and we have a sun in the sky. Very simple. The next thing I want to do is to put a cloud in the sky, but I want it on the layer that's under the sun. So there's a sun layer up here, and type. It says clouds, and this time I'm using the ellipse. And again, my parameters. So let's do a quick test here. There it is. But one cloud with the ellipse looks kind of crazy. So I'm going to add 3 more of these ellipse formats. So in here, what you could do is just copy this and paste it, and then change the parameters, and type, and there they are. I'll show you them one at a time. I'll stop some time on them, just enough for you to look at them. And there's 4 of them. So together they're in a cluster. And there they are. Kind of looks like a Mickey Mouse. Now we're going to add a house to this little scene. So under the field code, put a couple enters, and type. I'm calling it the wall, and this is a rectangle. If I have a wall that's a rectangle, I need some kind of a triangle for the roof. So after this wall code, put a couple enters, and type. Here's my triangle for my roof. So let's see what we have now. We have sun, clouds behind the house, a roof on our house, and a wall for our house. I think we want a chimney. The chimney needs to be behind the roof. So I think if we put it in here, type. Let's check that out. And our chimney is behind the roof. If we put the chimney down below the roof in our code, the roof would be on top. let's put some windows in here. So it can be either, as long as it's not on top of the wall. So let's go at the very bottom here and type this code. I'll show you the one at a time. This is what's called the upper left window. And here's the code for that. This would be a great time to copy and paste. There's the upper right window. They're the same size. And there's the lower window. Let's look at those for a quick. And if they're not quite where you want them, you just change the positions a little bit and then have a look at it. Change it again and have a look at it. And the last thing we want for our drawing is a door. Type, and there's the code for the door. Much the same as the code for the window. So there's our static picture. Now we're going to do a little bit of animation. Just a little bit. So the first thing we're going to animate is the clouds. So at the end of the code, put a couple enters in. Type. And here's a stage add event listener. Done them, lots of them. STAGE period. Small a, capital E, capital L, turns blue. Open bracket event, capital E, period. This is all uppercase, ENTER underscore frame. Comma, I'm calling it ent frame. Capital E, capital F, close bracket, semicolon. Function turns purple. There's the name of that function, that end frame. Open bracket E, colon, event. Same as here, capital E turns blue. Close bracket, colon, void. Void and function are the same color. And those 4 ellipses are the 4 clouds in the sky. And in each case, we're saying ellipse 1, period, X, plus, semicolon. Plus means increment by 1 pixel, and it's the x-axis, so this should move those clouds across the stage from left to right. There they go. At the same time, let's make the sun move. Put a couple of enters in here, paste, and we're saying the sun x, which is the circle, CIR, that's the sun, period x equals circle period x minus 0.5. So it's going to come back this way because it's a decrementing, and because I'm decrementing by a part of a pixel, I can't say minus. I'm saying minus 0.5 semicolon. So now they're both moving now. The sun's going one way and the clouds are going the other, and watch what happens is the clouds are in front of the sun. Very good. Now we're going to do an if statement in here. Right now everything is happening as soon as I start the video, as soon as I say test the movie. So after this line about the circle, put a couple enters, put your close bracket down there, and type in this code. Type. If, that's the statement, turns purple, open bracket, circle, that's the sun, period. Hit test object, small h, capital T, capital O, turns blue. Open bracket, rec 5, close bracket, close bracket. Rec 5 is the chimney. So the way it goes now is if when the sun eventually reaches and hit the chimney, we're going to do something. We're going to trace, TRACE, open bracket and quotation hit, close quotation, close bracket, semicolon, and I think I should have another closed curly bracket here. So let's just format that. Yep, let's test it. Hopefully no errors. That's good. When the sun hits the chimney, it'll say hit. Here it comes. And it's going to happen right about there, because it really treats the sun as a square object, that hit instruction. So we just don't want to have a trace in this hit. This ain't going to do a lot for us. So right after this, put a couple of enters and type in this code. Type. It's making another shape, same format up here that we've been using, and it's 2 forward slashes. It's the window upper left fill. We're going to have it look like the blind is coming down on the window. And to make it look like it's moving, we're going to make the height. This is the height of this new shape. And the height is called fill. It's a variable. So if we're going to use a fill variable, we have to make that variable. So go all the way to the top, click here, put in an enter, arrow key up, and type this variable. VAR turns purple, fill, F-I-L-L, that's what we're calling it, colon, number, N-U-M-B-E-R, turns blue. As you type it, a pop-up menu will come, and when you see the number word, you can click on it or press enter, equals 0, semicolon. So now we want that number to change. So come down the bottom here, right in here. So right down here at the very bottom, after this add child, put a couple of enters in, and we're going to put this code. There's where we just left off. If, another if statement, open bracket, fill. That's that variable we just made, this one here, is less than equal to 55. 55 is the height of that, is based on the height of the window. So if that's true, that it's less than, that means there's no fill. Then fill equals fill plus 2, semicolon. That means we're going to increment by 2 pixels and look like a blind will be coming down. There's a closed curly bracket that works with this open curly bracket here. And if that's not true, we call that an else, E-L-S-E, that turns purple. Open bracket, fill equals 56, semicolon, close curly bracket. So this here incrementing will only take place till the blind is down to 56. So it's better to see it than to hear it. So when the sun hits here, I think it's this window here, the blind's going to start to come down till it reaches about there. Here it comes. And that's the tutorial. You can write the code to do the blind on this one. You can write the code to do a blind on this one. I'll leave that to you, but I think you now have enough information to do that. I hope you learned something from this tutorial, and I hope you use what you learned.